So today we'll talk about the WASR10 and why it is or it isn't junk.
Nyet. Rifle is fine.
So back in the day, these guns were supposedly known to not have made of the best quality. And since then, they have been way remanufactured and they're built a lot better.
Now, whenever a lot of people own the original ones, there were a lot of complaints. The rifle itself has never actually been that bad. It was just a couple of touch-ups needed to happen. And these guns are one of the best AKs that you can possibly get to start with. They are extremely reliable. Extremely reliable. They will never, ever fail you, and they will serve you for many years.
So I'd say probably for the price, I mean, ever since we actually bought this gun, the price has changed drastically. And normally these guns cost what, about like $600 or $700
on a normal average. Actually, right now they're back down to about $1,000, and this is the V2 version. So you have all synthetic furniture. Now you can swap some foreign manufactured furniture that's made out of wood. Your grip, stock, handguard, all that. You can interchange all that, put wood on these guns, and they will be beautiful rifles.
Personally, I would rather prefer the wood because it just looks like original and authentic. The black's cool, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather prefer wood.
I can't think of anybody who wouldn't. Wooden guns are really, really beautiful guns, especially you get into a lot of the older guns, look extremely beautiful. Some of these are awesome. I will say the finish on these guns isn't very good. When you get it, your finish on your dust cover and the receiver is going to be absolute garbage. But that is because an AK isn't supposed to be a pretty gun. In reality, it's just supposed to do its job. So it's going to keep the rust off the gun, and it's going to do what it's supposed to do, but it's not going to look the best. Who cares?
So actually, both these guns here, he did some work to them to make them,
yes,
I'd say, more user-friendly.
Yeah, well, the safety will come on these guns very stiff, and what you can mainly do to loosen that up is take a screwdriver or something and pry up the safety. Don't do it too hard or you will snap the safety lever off, but if you work at it a little bit over and over again, it will loosen up. We've got ours smooth as butter now, and that's what we did. When I got mine, it was actually so stiff you couldn't even move it. It was very hard to move. Same with yours. And we took some Scotch-Brite, got rid of some of the finish and made it look battle-worn. Looks pretty good now. We put some tape around the grip. We Rushified these guns.
We're just going to give you the specs on these really quick. I have a 16.25 inch barrel, caliber 7.62 by 39, and the capacity is a 30 round mag.
Yeah, it's going to come with a 30 round mag stock. You can see the magazine. We have these loaded. That's why they're not in the gun. These are loaded magazines. These are pretty sturdy mags. They will accept, you can have the old steel mags will go in the drum mags, the mag pull, P mags, anything will work in these guns. You will have a slight mag wobble. If I had one of these mags here, I could show you that. When you shake the gun, the magazine will wobble just a little bit. That's not really a big deal. People make a big deal out of that because they like to grab it by the magazine.
So what you're saying is if it's not the mag that came with it, it'll wobble?
Yeah, depending on what you put in it. But it's not to a great deal. It's not a deal breaker, and it's really not even that important. Some people like to whine about it because whenever they shoot the gun, they grip it by the magazine. And who cares if, it locks in the receiver and they feed properly. There's no issues there. So it's no big deal. Who cares?
The funny thing is about these guns, we've had them for a couple months now, and we haven't even shot them yet.
Yeah, haven't even shot them. Actually, we just scored some ammo, but we're trying to wait for the weather to get a little better, and we will do field tests of all of our guns. We will do some really cool stuff that I think people will really dig and appreciate.
Yeah, so there'll be multiple videos on all the guns we have, besides his AR-15 most likely, because ammo's pretty stout on that.
It does have a 1-in-10 twist on the barrel. The finish is kind of crappy, but who cares about that? That's not really what this rifle's about. You're going to buy this rifle for reliability, and that's what you're going to get. Now, back in the day, the front sights, you would come canted on these. So it means the front sight post would be tilted, and it would be a real pain in the rear to get it back normal. And that's why there's a common myth that people say AKs aren't accurate because they would get front sight posts that are just thrown off. Sentry and Cougar, which is who manufactures these over in Romania, has fixed that problem. So both of these front sight posts on these guns are perfectly straight. These things should be zeroed right out of the box. We shouldn't even have to sight them in. They should be right on the money, 100 yards, whatever.
Now, although these are Romanian guns and everything, they are assembled in the USA. So.
Yes. And, yeah, guys, these are probably one of the best AKs that you can buy, especially if you're just starting out. This is a great rifle. Don't listen to anybody that says otherwise. People will attack other people literally for saying this is a crappy gun. It's not a crappy gun. Those are old myths, old legends. Maybe it used to be years and years ago, but, you know, Century has really stepped their game up with these.
Yeah, I'd say over time, you know, they made things better with it, and they found out what works and what don't, and what makes it a better rifle overall. So, other than that, for this video, I think that's about it.
Yep. So, if you guys would please join the Firearms Policy Coalition, that would be great.
Same with the GOA.
Please
we
do
are both
that.
Members of both, obviously.
That is absolutely essential. Please visit our website. Everything, all the links to do all that will be in the description of this video. And make sure you guys stay tuned for some field tests coming here within the coming month or so. So keep your rifles, and if you have this one, by your side.
And carry on.
Thanks for watching.
They'll come loud and they'll come fast, but we shoot first and we can last. Keep your rifle by